what should you build? So the big thing right now, earlier I was talking about prediction markets, right? Polymarket is a big, so prediction markets, and that's guys, that's when you go and you bet on predictions, right? They've just made prediction. They just made partnerships. Look it up. If you haven't heard of Polymarket or prediction markets, they just made a partnership with UFC, the boxing, UFC. I think that was today. They signed, they did a multi-year partnership with UFC. They did a deal with Google. They just did a deal with Google. They just did a deal with Yahoo Finance. They just did a deal with DraftKings. They just did a deal with Prize Packs and the NHL, guys. This is big stuff that's happening, right? 115 trillion. Okay, I got you. So think about this. So Polymarket just did a deal with all those companies that we know and we've heard of. Polymarket, prediction markets, one of the biggest businesses right now. So when you look at that, that's going to be finance and banking. That's going to be digital payments, right? I'm just going down the use cases. Then we talk about healthcare, patient data management, drug traceability, secure records, right? Then supply chain and logistics, traceability, inventory. Then we talk about real estate. Like you said, real estate is going to be huge. Tokenization of real estate is going to go from $2 trillion to $30 trillion. We know that. Guys, you realize that real estate, that tokenization of real estate, that's going to be part of what Paul Atkins is trying to figure out in terms of regulation on the blockchain, because they need to get that Clarity Act through. Remember that, guys, the government is back open. So now those legislation wheels can start to turn again for that Clarity Act and all this legislation. Then we have insurance. Insurance claims is huge. Government and the public sector, retail and loyalty programs, product authentication, energy and utilities is going to be big. Media and entertainment, intellectual property is going to be huge. Education and credential verification of academic records is going to be a big one. Telecommunications and the Internet of Things and legal and contracts is going to be huge. And we know that gaming and the metaverse has been working in block for good reason. A snippet of the blockchain use cases that are here now and coming in the future, as well as all the other use cases of Web2 companies that need to integrate in stablecoin and also on the blockchain. Thank you, Sims. Appreciate you. Bye, appreciate you. Does that make sense, you guys? It's huge. It's everything, guys. Listen, it's everything. It's everything. Like, look, this is the key. It's everything that we see now, but just adding blockchain and artificial intelligence. What do I mean by everything that we see now? All the companies that are on the blockchain now, right? Callie says literally everything. Power says 10K, right? But man, user said, how do I build one company through AI? Now, here it is, user. It's not hard, but it is technical. And this is what I mean by it. There's a tech stack involved in building a company. Now, I'm going to break down everything else, because it's not just building the company, guys. It's security. Right, Callie? It's security, right? It's security. You got to have security on the front end of that application. You got to make sure the application is secure. You got to make sure that data is secure, which is number one. Then you have the blockchain. You got to make sure your smart contracts are secure. You got to make sure you're testing your contracts. You got to make sure you do all of that before you even go to the blockchain. And then if you're building something that's in a regulated industry, that of whatever you're trying to put out in the world. So you, like what I do is, what I teach people how to do in my training is, I have a portfolio builder. You can build 30 of the biggest blockchain projects with artificial intelligence as a front end. But when you build those, right, and you get those set and you get everything set, you get the security and everything right, then you do your due diligence on the legal side, right? Because you want to make sure, remember guys, because the clarity of the Clarity Act is still being written, but you want to get your skill set in line to what's coming, because by the time they do have the Clarity Act cleared and the 100 trillion they say that will possibly come in from institutions waiting on the Clarity Act to be passed. Now you got a skill set like Callie, like many people in here who are building out their portfolios now, getting the skill set. Then she could go to terms of opportunities. Why? Because the Clarity Act has been passed, the Genius Act has been passed. Stable guys, you got to understand, it's a perfect. Get my skill set in line. So user, the best way to get the skill set in line, I'm telling you, the best way, because I've been in tech for 30 something years, right, is to get in my training. Double tap my face there, and you'll see my link tree to my school community, right? That's where a lot of us in here, we're in there training on this stuff now. And right now, let me tell you this, guys. Right now, I've got it for $39 a month. And I'm telling you, and listen, the value of that training right now should be $249 to $349 a month. That's the value of the training right now. That's the value of it. But I lowered it to $39 a month so regular people can get the skill set. Because guys, there's such a big shortage of blockchain professionals in smart contract auditing, which is going to be huge, guys. Blockchain architecture, building on the blockchain, those are 3 separate skill sets that I train. Like a boot camp, right? I have everything in my training for $39. I mean, it's not going to stay like that, guys. It's not. It can't, because of because of the opportunity that's out there, and what we're doing and what we're building and what's in there. I mean, what's in there is insane. But I come on here and I say, listen, $39 a month, and then if you do the year, then it's 20% off of that, which is like $374 for the year. Something that should cost upwards of $4,000 a year. What do you think about real estate? So RMA, real estate tokenization, is going to happen.